Please welcome top summa cum laude graduate, Paolo Loreto Gascon Baja, graduating with a 4.7 GPA, to deliver the Grand Conestoga Address.
Damas y caballeros, por favor denle la bienvenida al estrado a nuestro Gran Conestoga, el señor Paolo Loreto Gascon Baja, quien se graduará con el primer lugar académico de la Escuela Artesia de la clase del 2022 con un promedio de 4.7.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and my fellow graduates. During my last speech at the AAA Awards, I mainly talked about myself and what's to come for the underclassmen. I reserved fully addressing the seniors because I wanted to do so on a bigger stage. Well, what could be much bigger for seniors than graduation day? Today is a momentous occasion because it marks the end of a long journey and the start of a new, more independent one. Up until now, we have been fortunate enough to be guided by those closest to us. Some may even be present here today. Moving forward, however, things will not be the same. Over these last 4 years, we have adapted to our new situations and have grown accustomed to our daily lives. Today is where all that normalcy ends. Graduation is a symbol of change and independence, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's time for us to break free from the nest that is high school and fly freely into a world that is cluttered with challenges, yet remains limitless in possibility and opportunity. Now, this may sound daunting, scary even, but we have been through this before. 2020 was the year when we decided to isolate ourselves. At the time, we assumed that in a couple of weeks, everything would go back to normal. Looking back on it now, that mindset was naively optimistic. As we navigated through those early months of quarantine, we realized that things were not going to get much better, and the worst part of it all was that we were separated from each other. Isolation, forced separation. None of us were prepared. After all, how is it possible to fully prepare oneself to face the unknown? The best that we could do was try our best. Grades were tested, relationships were tested, priorities were tested, and I'm sure even things that seemed like they could never be of doubt were put to the test. But I'm positive that those experiences, which felt overwhelming or unbearable at the time, led to a lot of self-reflection and self-growth for many of us. We learned a lot about ourselves once we were thrown into unknown territory. So then what happened when we returned to our usual routine? Well, it wasn't easy at first, but we bounced back. Think of all the relationships made here that suffered during quarantine. Given that our class was lucky enough to return to campus for our final year, I could say that we were provided an opportunity to rekindle those lost friendships. In fact, everything that was lost while we were stuck at home, we could take back. It was just up to us to make that happen. So, how does this connect to the future? As we all go our separate ways, we will once again be separated. We will once again face our own battles. However, with the experience we've gained living through a pandemic and trying to recover after a year and a half away from campus, we could face the unknown with confidence. Not confidence that everything will go right, but rather the confidence to know that no matter what life throws at you, you can take it. You can bounce back. You can reclaim what you once had and achieve whatever it is you put your mind to. Our class is resilient. After 4 strenuous years, I could proudly say that we, the class of 2022, are graduating. And just to leave this off a little more personal, I want to say thank you all for an awesome 4 years. I look forward to seeing what's to come of us in the near future. I'm sure it'll be great things. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome